Hello, hello, hello. How are people doing today? Yeah, there's 4 people already. That's kind of crazy. 5 people. That's really crazy. 6 people. Whoa. How are you guys doing today? I think what we'll do today is we're going to first model a cosmetic. This might not win, but it's also the top voted one on TikTok, so I think it'll probably win. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Enjoying my Saturday. Yeah, this. And then I also have a bunch of like questions that I kind of need to answer before I really like get into like building the game. I mean, I like this hat. I like this hat. We also have a different version of it. Do we want like a build version, like where it's like a baseball hat with a thing on top, or do we want just like a bucket hat where it's like this will go like all the way around on the bottom? I think the chicken nugget hat was second, but like it might still win, but this one's also first on TikTok, so I assume that it'll win in one of them. Romania hat versus kid hat. That is the Romanian flag. Which version do we like better? This one is better? So the one that's a bucket hat? Man face hat? There might have been a dog there. Do we do dog reveal? Here's dog reveal. There you go. There's dog. Okay. Just a good boy. Okay, I think we're gonna do this one then, right? Seems like you guys like this one better. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Let's do a circle. Let's scale this up. Yeah, he is. He's definitely a good boy. The other one looks bootleg. Actually, I think what we do is we probably start it actually here, and then we can work from both directions. He's a pound puppy, so kind of like, not really a breed per se. Just kind of like everything combined. Yeah, definitely. But he's a cutie. Yeah, all of the above. Like every breed. Says breed. Yeah. I don't know if that's like a super common thing other places, but like a lot of people do that in America too. Or in America, we get dogs from the pound a lot of the time. Not everyone, obviously, because there's always designer dogs. Like, there's so many dogs that don't have a home. It's, like, nice to give them a home. Okay. I think that looks pretty good for a basic shape. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm going for. And then maybe we give like a loop cut down here and then extrude this out. Yeah. Definitely getting better at 3D modeling. Like something like that, just like give it like a little bit of lip. Try it with a subsurf, I guess. Okay. Let's see. How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. Between the main two parts, like what I just did, or do you think it needs more than that? A military hat? Yeah, I can see that a little. Okay, we can make it a little bigger. And we probably need to just add like another loop cut. Would do the trick also. Like that. Anything cool over the weekend? Not much planned. I'm actually really excited though, because we finally got build approval on Steam. So that means I can like actually like play on multiple different laptops or multiple different computers, which is super exciting. I'll add a crease. I'll try a crease here. But other than that, not too much. What was it? Crease? Is that... I know I'm just gonna look for it in menus because I don't remember. Oh. Shift E. Then maybe add a crease here and a crease here. Shift E. Okay, that's way too sharp. So let's Shift E. And just add like a little bit, like that. I think that looks good. Looks like a pretty stark contrast. Hachiware? What's Hachiware? I think that they don't really like shut you down for copyright on like a profile picture. Chikawawa? I have no clue what that is. I'm uncultured. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So then we'll start a new object probably for the propeller. Some cute anime thingy. That seems right. It looks like that. You have no clue what it is either. Last week I realized how OP bevel weight creases are. They're so good to make clean, sharp, but smooth edges. They can also hide bad topology easily. What's a bevel weight crease? I don't know what a bevel weight crease is. I know what a bevel is, and I know what a edge crease is, but I don't know what a bevel weight crease is. I don't want to change the shading. What just happened? Oh, because I'm not in... I thought I was in edit mode. Oh wait, I don't... Okay, this is fine. We'll do it this way. I think I'm just going to not worry about the little beads. I think the beads are like... I don't think that's super important. Chicken, I can't relate when you're like Albert Einstein. Topology is essentially just like how things are shaped is the way to say it. Like if I add a bunch of like loop cuts is what these are called, it like makes more faces. It means that our like changed. You can think of like, have you ever heard of like a topological map on like on a map? like on like a physical map. It like measures like has those lines that like show you the height of stuff. Like it's kind of a similar concept. Yeah, they both go by chicken. Also, Multiversal, is that other account yours, the like Chicken God one? Because I got really confused. Because it seemed like you were like, okay, it is. Because I was like, are you, like, it seemed like you were like talking about something similar. And I wasn't sure. So, I guess good to know. You change accounts sometimes? Yeah, I do too. I try and keep like, cause like a lot of the stuff I watch is just not related to like game dev at all, and I just try and keep that on like a separate account. So understandable. Okay. That looks like shape I was roughly going for. Maybe it needs to be a little bit smaller up top, so what we could do is we can like drag this up. Drag this loop cut up too. Yeah, it looks a little better. Are they like clones? Is what like clones? You change accounts sometimes? No, he doesn't have one account, so I think that means that they have multiple accounts. Yeah, I feel like most people have too. I think that's a pretty normal occurrence. Okay, so how do we model this? That looks like an interesting shape with some twisting going on. Let's see, what do we have? What can we deal with? I think it's probably going to want to be either a plane or a cube. You want to see the reference more? Decrease the opacity a bit? Sure. So it looks like it's like twisting around this. So we need like, it's definitely like a flatter shape. So I think doing a plane, modeling the plane, and then extruding out the plane a little bit might be a good way of doing this. So we can try that. Then let's rotate the plane this way. Okay, then we have something like this, and then we can scale this down a smidge more. Can put this here. Okay. And then I think what we kind of do is we kind of go back into edit mode, grab this edge, and then we just start like extruding this out. And then twisting it. And I want to twist it on the x-axis, I believe. And it's twisting towards us in this direction. So what we could do is we could rotate x. And then we could extrude it. Rotate x. And extrude it. Rotate x. Okay. I kind of hate how that looks. Just move it with... Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it. Also, I'm going to turn this back down because it's a little hard to see now. What games do we play in the weekend? I've actually been playing a lot of Battlefront 2 with my friends. It's been a fun time. Battlefront 2 is a great game. I really suck at FPS though, so it's always a little demoralizing. But it's fun regardless, right? How about you, Zed? You play any games? I think I'll just do like this. Oh, wait, what I'll do is I'll just extrude all of this out. And then I'll add loop cuts, I think is the way to do this. Pokemon? What Pokemon? Turn on proportional editing. Rotate Z. I think that looks pretty good, actually. I'll add a subsurf to this because I probably need one. And then grab this whole, or actually we'll just go into here. Oh. We'll just loop cut there. 8 hours. It's a fan game. New save. Which fan game? There's some pretty good Pokemon fan games. 120 hours in Legend of Arceus. Yeah, that's what I was exactly just about to do, Chick. Thanks for the suggestion. I think I'll do like that much with a lot of proportional editing, and then I'll decrease the amounts. Oh. Like that. Oh, that actually looks really good. Wow. Looks great. My brother has 60 hours in Deltarune. I don't know what Deltarune is. And then should I just give this thickness? Or it's not thickness. What's it called? Just a little more. You can try and twist it a dash more. Let's see. I don't think I want to do much more than that, though. I think it looks pretty twisted. Scarlet save us 80 plus hours. Solidify, thank you. I always forget what it is. Give it just a little bit more. I think that seems about right. Maybe a tad more. Yeah, that looks right to me. Scarlet was honestly so close to being such a great Pokemon game. No, I don't know Deltarune. I feel like it vaguely sounds familiar. But like, I'm kind of bad at video games, in all honesty. It's Undertale's parallel story. That's pretty cool. I've seen gameplay of Undertale, but I actually haven't played that either. I'm much more of a... I'm not really a single player gamer. Yeah, I'm not really a single player gamer. I like to game with friends. It's like a very social thing for me. Like I won't just like sit down and that already looks pretty sharp to me. Or what do you mean to make it more sharp? We can definitely put the solidify above it. Oh, I see. So now it needs a little bit of sharpness. Actually, I kind of like how it falls off there. It like makes it look like sharper. No, I think that actually looks pretty good. Like I like the little bit of like taper. What's the best dessert or desert? Because I personally like the Sahara Desert, or maybe the Gobi. Gobi's a pretty cool desert. Put a little bit. We can try a little bit. Just like along the edge. Sweets. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Just a dash of it. Favorite sweet? Well, do you know what the largest desert in the world is, though? It's kind of a trick question. M&M? Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to turn off the reference, because I don't need that anymore. Yeah, I like how that looks. So what we can do now is we can add an armature to this, just a single bone. We'll put it in front. Viewport display in front. Then what we can do is just go into this mode, G it up here, go into edit mode, move this down a hair. Wait, let's make sure that we actually do that in only one direction. Antarctica is a desert. Yeah, that's the right answer. That's why I said it's a bit of a trick question, because it's because a desert is based off of how much it gets annual rain, and tundra actually get like almost no annual rain because it's so dry. It's your favorite dessert, Antarctica. I think my favorite dessert is probably like a something that we have in America, and you guys are gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's so American," but it's a pizookie. It's a pizza cookie, and like it's like a warm, gooey cookie, and then you put ice cream on top of it. It's so good. It's like from like a chain restaurant in the States. Yeah. No, it's so good. Exactly. It's very American, but it's pretty good. Let's see if this worked in pose mode. Let's rotate X. Wait, Z. Yep, look, we have a propeller hat. What's babusa? It is like 2,000 calories. It's not like an everyday type treat. It's like a once in a blue moon. You get it and then you feel like absolutely awful afterwards. Is kind of how it works. Okay, so we'll make like the base the green color of the bottom, because everything else is going to need to change. Put it into this mode. And then I think what we'll do is we will grab a new color, go into edit mode. I think we're going to grab Yeah, exactly. It's like a pizza pie though. It's like the place that made it is like a pizza place. But like you can make it by yourself. Like you don't need to have it from the pizza place. But like it's just not. It's like it was started from a pizza chain. But yeah, very American dessert, but like really good if you ever have the chance to get it. Just brush your teeth after. You'll be fine. Okay, this is gonna be really obnoxious, huh? To like select these edges because I don't want the edges down there. Maybe, actually, yeah, what we'll do is we'll just select all of these edges, do it, and then we will go back and like fix it afterwards. Make this one like a red. We'll do like a blue. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Do a red here. No, it doesn't yet. I was just planning on adding a solidify to it. I think a solidify will be sufficient for what we're doing. No, I think it's definitely worse than a soda. It has a lot of calories and also has a lot of like butter. Okay, we'll leave that one as that color. Let's maybe do a orange. What other colors are there in the rainbow? Let's do like a teal. I think a teal would be nice. We'll leave 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll assign this teal color. What other colors are there? What's linked with... Oh, soda is linked with cavities? Yeah, I think that's definitely true because it's the sugar that does it. Alright, I think what cavities are is it's I'm pretty sure it's because the bacteria like feeds off of the sugar in your mouth. Like you have a bunch of like bacteria, which is like typically healthy, right? But then once you like add sugar, it like makes it reproduce really fast and then you get cavities. Yeah, M&Ms are dangerous. You definitely eat a lot of them real fast. Yeah, if you have a good diet, otherwise, it's not bad to have like a little bit of sugar every now and then. But like, definitely you don't want to do like overdo it. One last color. Pink. Try pink. Like that. And this will all be changed in Unity too. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll come back in here. We'll select the faces. What's Babusa? I've never heard of it. But what is it? Oh no. Oh, this section's way too big. We have to find one more color. We'll do white. White seems fine. Yeah, that looks alright. It's like a bland cake with a peanut in the middle. Where's it from? Bland cake probably just means that it doesn't have as much sugar as like a typical treat. Egyptian cake. I mean, desserts don't always have to be super sweet. It's like fine if they're not. It gave it a little bit of thickness. Okay, what do we think the propeller hat? Oh wait, the top of the propeller needs a color. I think we probably go with like a blue. I like a blue. Blue here. 2 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. I mean, okay. I don't know if I love the colors, but that's something that I can change in Unity pretty easily. So I think that's fine with that for now. Like American cups? Like DL in Europe? What's that mean? I think the issue with it is that there's also this green. I think what we realistically do is we only make it be like 3 colors. We choose 3 colors or 4 colors, and then we have it repeat around, because I think that's part of where we're going wrong. So maybe we do blue, red, purple, pink maybe? We can try that all the way around. So instead of this teal, we can get a blue. These won't be exact colors because this one can be the purple here, pink here, whatever that is. I don't know. This kind of needs to, I need like to think about my colors a little bit more when I'm doing this. I feel like I have a lot of colors now. 3 colors, but the issue with 3 colors is we're gonna have to repeat, because there's 4 sections of this pie, 4 sections of that pie. Unless we make each pie bigger, would that still evenly divide? I don't know. I'd have to do some math. But so each one of these things is 4 wide. If we have 8 of them, that's 32. So there's 32 segments of this. Can 32 be divided by 3 colors? 3 colors. It can't be divided by 3 colors, unfortunately. So like we could do that, but then one of the segments would have like an extra segment, or 2 of the segments would have extra things. Which I should have maybe thought about from the start, because then I could have avoided that and made it like 33, and then we could have done 3 colors. But it's just not evenly going to divide, so one of the segments will be larger than the other. Maybe what I do here is I just actually... I'm going to assign this red. Assign. This one purple. I'm gonna assign this one. I don't know, what color should this last color be? I think I actually do like white. We'll keep white, and then we'll do this one white as well. And then this last one has to be blue here. Okay. And then we gotta go on and fix that. Isn't that ready pretty soon? Do you mean like this model? Because I think this model is pretty much done after I finish these colors. And then I just kind of want to like... Yeah, the model's almost done. I kind of want to just like hear people's opinions on ideas, because I don't really... I kind of need to figure out like the general game plan. How does that look? That look good? I think that looks pretty good. Actually, I do want to think. I think I want to animate it in Blender. I think animating in Blender is going to be a lot easier than animating it in Unity. So what we'll do is we'll turn on auto keying. We'll go over to our dope sheet, no, not our dope action editor. We'll do a new action. Call it just spin or something. I don't know. We'll add a keyframe here. All channels. Let's go into pose mode. Insert all channels. I don't know why it's not inserting channels. Forgot to like the stream. Classic rookie move. It's all right. Okay, let's turn this to -180. Wait, -360 is what we want. And we'll just drag this to like, I don't know, 40 frames is probably fine. And then we will rotate Z. Let's do 0. Okay, wait, no. Rotate Z. -360, I guess. Why isn't it keying? I'm so confused. Select the propeller, press T. I'm trying to animate the armature. I don't know why it's not. Okay, there, it worked there. I don't know why. Then I have to do another 180-degree rotation. I think what it was doing is it was. I think what it was doing was I was setting it to 360, and so it was like assuming that I wasn't actually trying to rotate it because it was ending up in the exact same spot. Is what was happening. Okay, but now it's rotating 2 full times. So 1 full rotation. Oh wait, maybe that's right. Oh, that's right. That's back to the starting spot. Okay. So that's back to the starting spot. I think I want to add like some like ease in. How do I add ease in? Is there any way to see that? Maybe is It's in the graph editor. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Bone. Okay, now how do I add ease in? I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, so we have quaternion rotations. Can I just like grab the handles here and like ease in? Does that ease in? No, that looks like it's, oh god. Okay, I think that probably looks good. It's like it goes fast and then it slows down and then it'll just go fast again. Maybe that's a little bit too much. The green part is too long. Okay. I think that probably looks pretty good. Let's see. I'm gonna... How do I shorten the animation? I just want to shorten to here. Oh, I could have just gone to interpolation mode. I think that would have... Sinusoidal is probably what I want. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. After I finish the hat, what we're probably going to do is just like... I'm going to talk about game design, and if you guys have like opinions, I'd love to hear them. Because I think I really need to come up with some of like the main ideas for the game. Because I think there's some like stuff I really need to figure out before I really like dive into the dev of it. React to the Minecraft trailer. There a new Minecraft? Is that what's going on? Or what? What Minecraft trailer? Okay. Okay, that looks a little bit better with the smaller green section. The movie? Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Hat. Action editor, spin. How do I like make the... I want to just stop the animation here. Just so I can see it mirror, or see it looping, and see how it looks. Like, do I like have to like grab something over here? Like, it won't let me... View. Set preview range. I think that's what I want. That didn't change anything. Okay, set preview range to selected. I think that will do it. View set preview range to selected. Okay, there we go. How does that look now looping? I think it looks pretty good. It's a pretty good hat. Yeah. Okay, I think it's done. Okay. Now we have a few questions that I kind of need answers to before I really start going into the game and like making the game. So if you guys have opinions, feel free to tell me. Written in really bad handwriting because I'm using a mouse. But first up, how are the bears going to turn in the honey? Should it be like they go to the car? You can't read that. It's how to turn in honey. My handwriting's pretty bad. I know. So like, initially, right, we had the car, and then they had a trailer where they turn in the honey behind it. But I don't really know if that's how I really want it to happen. Because I feel like that just adds a lot of complexity. So should it just be like if they bring the honey up to the car, it automatically takes it in? Or do they have to like get in the car holding it and then they have to drive it back to some other place? And if so, is it just going to be like filling up the car? What do you think, chicken? I don't know what you're saying yes and no to. So like autofill. And then is it like just like filling up the car? I think they should take it somewhere. I think I like that idea of taking it back to like their home base. Right? I think I do like the idea of them taking it back. But like then it asks the question of when you get into the car, do you just like hold on to it in your inventory? It's like the goal when it's full to you have to get into the car. Yeah, I think maybe I was thinking like getting back to your like home base, right? Because I was planning on having like 2 home bases, right? A home base for your bears that's going to be like outside of the mountains, right? And then inside the hive over here, there will also be like one little room that's the home base for the bees, right? And so like they will have stuff in here that they can do, right? And so in the car, right? You bring it, you somehow put it in the car, and then you can go back to your home base. And like there's gonna be like some like border here that like stops the bees from like entering, right? So the bees can't get over into the home base. Maybe some like defense system. I don't know what the lore is. So like right now they have 4 item slots, right? The bears. And I was planning on having like a honey take up an item slot or like your usable items. So maybe when you get back to the car, like there's an amount that the car can hold. Maybe the car can hold like... Yeah, I think they could take it back to the home base without the car. I think they would just have to walk a lot longer. Because you're gonna walk slower than... you're gonna walk slower than the car, right? And I think having them be able to walk back also hinders the trollers a little bit. So like maybe you can't use the car, but like you can still like go back to the home base, right? Just walking. And I think trollers aren't going to be like something I really focus on because I'm planning on making it be like so you play with your like friends or something like that, not like open lobbies, right? I just don't want you to be able to like go to a lobby, like open up a lobby and then troll. Like I think you're gonna have to like invite players to join. So I think that will get rid of a lot of trolling. So what you guys think is we have them turn into the car and then the car can bring stuff back? I don't know. There's like I don't know how I feel about all of this. Then it'll just be funny times, right? Because like if you're playing with friends and they're trollers, it's different than if you're playing with like randoms and they're trolling you, because it's like more funny when your friends do it. But so should the car be able to hold more honey than like, could you like, I think having like the honey be do a drop off at the car could be fun, but like I just don't want like, right, we only have 4 spaces for inventory right now. If we keep that design and we only have 4 spaces for inventory, that means that you can only really bring like 1 item, right? Or maybe 2 items, which maybe is fine. And like that's like a good balance, I guess. But I don't know. I just don't want you to feel like you can only use like 1 item ever. Hey Luke, how you doing? We're just talking about some design stuff for the game before I really start. before I really start getting into it and like making the actual game aspect of it. You're doing good. That's good to hear. So like what we're talking about is should the honey just be able to be turned into the honeymobile and then you have to like drive it back to your home base? Or should you like only be able to use your 4 inventory slots to hold the honey? I don't know. It's so hard to choose. Like, and if you just get close enough, okay, so both. So if you get close enough to the car, you'll be able to drop off the honey that you have currently collected and then go back. Okay, I like that. So like whenever you get close to the car, you can just drop off your honey. Or you could walk it all the way back to the base yourself, either of them. And then the car can also, once it's brought back to the base, it can also drop off the honey that it's collected or it's stored. Okay, I like that. I'm just going to write that as notes down here. Just for me, turn in. I'll remember that. Worst case, I can come back to the stream and... Oh. I want to erase, and then I want to make it bigger. How do I make this bigger? That's not what I want to do. Oh, it's up there. This is so calm and you like it? Yeah. We try and not be too crazy over here. Yes, it's ancient language. Speaking in ancient alien text. No, I'm really bad. I'm using a mouse is really hard to do this stuff. Feels very unnatural. Okay. So next question that I kind of need to answer is honey, or how do we upgrade the bees? So like the bees are going to have like a home base as well, right? Inside of our hive. And inside of here, we're going to have the upgrades for the bees. But should it be like they get a set amount at the start of the game that they use to upgrade? Or should it be something that they collect along the way that lets them upgrade? Right? Should they have like a set amount of like upgrade points at the start and they could choose their build? Or should it be like they gather something around the world, bring it back, and then they can upgrade? And then I think if that is the case, I was thinking if we wanted to do that, we could have like flowers in the world where they go out, they have to like touch the flower like a bee. And then once they get back to the base, it gives them like points that they could use to upgrade stuff. But then is that like too much going on? Because you're like both trying to stop the bees and then you're also, or stop the bears, and then you're also trying to go get these flowers. Like, is that too much going on for the game? Give the boss a, the ship. No, as in it's not too much that's going on, or... like a little bonus thing. Because like, I don't want to overcomplicate it, right? But it kind of feels boring if just at the start of the game you get to like spend your amount of honey or like amount of bee points or whatever we're going to call it on like a set of upgrades, and then like you're kind of stuck for the rest of the round. But maybe that could also be fun, that like you just start with what you end with. Like, I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure people like to upgrade their like stuff while it's going on, right? Like, there's something satisfying about like working towards a goal pollen, yeah, sure, we could call it pollen. Pollen points. Do the opposite of whatever Luke said. Yeah, like you build the defense. I was planning on in this room like having ability to buy like traps, like those honey traps, or maybe of like pitfalls or something like that you can like purchase in here and like place around the map. And maybe it's like random placement or places like near your honey. And then based off of like how many pollen points you get, you can like upgrade your defenses. Yeah, I like pollen, using that as our... Yeah, like places it near the honey. Yeah, I think some of the traps and stuff might take down the bears and then force them to respawn. But I think limiting the ways that can be taken down is fine, and then like so some of their abilities will be like just slowing them down, some of them will be taking them out completely and then having them respawn. Was my idea of it, because I think having them like take out the bees entirely is a lot. Bro, you have such a good hand, right? What? Yeah, have a little bit of time, but the real thing with respawning is, right, they're gonna respawn over at their base, like way over here. Right? So I think you don't really need that much of a cooldown on a respawn, because by the time you walk all the way back, it's gonna be like 30 seconds. Oh yeah, my handwriting's a lot better than this. I'm just using a mouse. Writing with a mouse, a keyboard and mouse, is really difficult. Okay, so you start the round with like 10 pollen or something like that, and then each flower you visit will give you like 5 more pollen, let's say. So you have to balance stopping the bears and then collecting the flowers. So like something like that. I didn't have enough time to. Time to do what? Oh yeah, it's really hard. I'm trying it right now. We could do that. Could have it be like whenever they take down a bear, they get extra points as well. Could do something like that. I think that is a possibility. But so we like the idea of them gaining points in somehow through the round so that they can upgrade their bee. We like that. Okay. Well, yeah, that's also the next question, Zed, right? Should the game be multiple rounds, or should it just be a single round? Like, should it be like the bears have like 3 rounds to collect as much honey as they need, like to fill a bar, right? To fill a bar of honey. Multiple rounds, and then just make them like short 10-15 minute rounds, I'd say. And then like some stuff carries over between the rounds, right? Like if it's multiple rounds, like maybe your pollen points carry over between rounds, and maybe your honey points carry between rounds. So like the first round, you might be like both things might be super weak. Like your bear might not have any items, and then your bee might be really unupgraded, but like as it goes, you'll get more points and you'll have more items to buy. You can pick. Yeah. That was more of a question. It was like whether or not we should have the ability for multiple rounds, or just... I don't know if we'll ever get a propeller hat. I don't know if that's something we'll get, Luke. Wait, where'd my chat go? can't I see the chat anymore? There it is. Or maybe there's a few different modes. Rock, paper, scissors thing? What do you mean? Yeah, impossible. Never getting it. You love the live? Glad to hear it. We try and have a chill time. Pretty chill time. Okay, so why can't I see my mouse? Okay, there it is. So we like the idea of ability to choose between multiple rounds. I think that is probably better. I do like that. And then make the amount of honey that's needed, like, scale. Like, more rounds you need, might be, like, if you only did 2 rounds, you might need that much honey. If you did 3 rounds, you might need the whole thing. Something like that. And then also, I think having the amount of honey that you need to collect also scale based off of, like, how much honey there is in the hive. Best of 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that will take a little bit of, like, balancing, but I think that's definitely doable. Yeah. Okay. I think I like the idea of multiple rounds, stuff carrying over between rounds. And maybe if the bears don't make it back to their base in time for the end of the round, they just lose everything that they have on them. Right? So they just drop all their items, and then they never get to see those things again. So it's like balancing getting back to the base, and then also collecting and greeting as much as you can. Like, kinda like CSGO in the first round, there are fewer resources, second round a little more. Yeah, something like that, right? And maybe like the amount of honey actually scales up inside of the hive too. So there's like more honey that can actually be like collected. You're never getting a propeller hat? It's not happening. So like not in the current round, like, so you don't actually get points for the current round, you get points to use at the start of the next round. Actually, I do kind of like that idea. And then you have like a phase where you can buy items and upgrade your hive and defenses in that like in between round. I actually really like that idea. And then maybe you make it so that you can't buy items in between rounds at all. And that like there's this phase in between rounds where you can upgrade and buy stuff. I do like that. You think the bear should be able to buy stuff like in between rounds or like during rounds? Because right now they like we definitely have items for the bears. Well, that's also my last thing, right? The bears go back to the base to upgrade. Turn it into an FPS game. I don't know about that one. I was thinking more of like a tower defense FPS game. Is kind of like the vibe, right? In between. So, do you think it would be fun if you could like be a bear and then go back to your base to upgrade? Or should it be like you have to only do it between rounds? Because then does that make it, if you play one round game, mean that you can never buy items? Or maybe you have like a set amount of honey that you start with also as a bear. It's like you have like starting amounts. Honey grab, Modern Warfare. Go back to your base and upgrade there. So just for the bears, though, right? The bears can go back and purchase stuff, but the bees can't purchase stuff mid-round. Because I think we should make it fair in that they should both be able to do, like, the same. Like, if the bears can upgrade during the round, the bees should also be able to upgrade during the round. But maybe the thing that balances that is the bears waste a bunch of time getting back to their base. Whereas the bees are just already, like, where they are. Both could upgrade during the game. But some of maybe they could only upgrade the actual bee. Like maybe they can only make their bee faster or like be stronger, right? Because I was also thinking of having a lot of upgrades that like change the physical map, and doing that while everyone's playing is going to be really, really challenging to do. I think it's going to be hard to be the bees, right? Because you have to like stop the bears, right? And I'm planning on giving them like a mini map, right? That like shows where honey is. And so if you ever see honey moving, that means that someone is taking that honey. So maybe if you like think that you're about to get caught, you throw away your item and then you run away, right? And then they won't be able to tell where you are because you don't have honey on you. Bees upgrade. So bees upgrade during the round with the money that they get or the pollen that they get, but only certain upgrades. Okay. I like that. Also, I just had another idea that I think is actually a pretty interesting thing to think about. What if one of the bears' items that they can purchase is actually the Honeymobile? Or like the car, and like they have to pool their money together at the start of the game to buy that, but maybe they could just buy a ton of items and go in without a car also. Like they have the choice of whether or not they want to buy the Honeymobile or if they just want to like rock in with just items. I think that's interesting. Because maybe you don't want the Honeymobile, but it's just like something that you could have. Because maybe the Honeymobile makes it like pretty efficient to go, but maybe you have to spend like most of your money on your first round for it. It'll be proximity chat, chick. With like some gimmicks. Like there's like gonna be a gimmick where like you can make everyone on the map hear you, or you can make like you could listen to everyone on the map. Yeah, the game is going... Oh, your game is going along good? That's good. Good to hear it. What type of game are you making? Yeah, Zed, it's alright to mess up words. English is a hard language. I mess up words all the time too, so... A fighting game? Fighting games are cool. I mean, it's definitely a hard language. I don't know how hard Finnish is. Could definitely be harder. That is how you spell language. Yeah, French is not my favorite. Yeah, but English is hard in comparison to a lot of languages. Okay. So, let's recap what we just said. At the start of the round, the bears and the bees will get a certain amount of just like base income in pollen or honey. Then, at the start of each round, they'll have a buy phase, which they can do a lot of stuff. Maybe they could buy a Honeymobile, maybe they could buy traps for the hive. After that, they can still upgrade stuff, but it's a limited selection of things that they could upgrade. And then after each round, there's like another set of unlimited buying, right? Where you could buy traps, you could buy a new honeymobile, maybe you even want 2 honeymobiles, right? I think that should be allowed. Okay, I think that's from pretty good. I think I'm probably not going to change the voices and just leave it be like they're like actual human voices. Yeah, when you grow up with it, any language that seems hard is made a lot easier. Level it be, leave it be. Chicken is just the grammar police. Okay, so we turn in the honey by car. Like, you could put it into your car, or you could just walk it back. Walk it back to your base. Right? What do you guys think about if the bears don't bring back the honeymobile, it just disappears? Or should we leave it where it was? I don't know. Learning new alphabet is hard. Yeah, the Arabic alphabet is crazy. I believe it being super hard to write, for sure. I have no clue how hard it is to speak. Just disappears and you lose all of the honey in it, so it's like super important to get it back to the base. The car flies away. Okay, so I think I like that. Like if you leave your honeymobile, it's just gone. So you have to make sure to bring that back. That's my own handwriting. I can read it. Like if it wasn't my own handwriting, I don't think I'd be able to read it. But I got that main base in buy phase, not I don't know. I don't know what this is. But I get the general idea. Yeah, I'm in the Matrix, so I can read the code. And then the bears aren't going to have a mobile purchase area. They can only purchase new items in their home base, just to balance it out a little bit. And then they have to spend the honey. Should them spending the honey and buying stuff decrease from their total honey, like that counts towards the amount of honey they've collected? Or should it be like, it doesn't matter if they spend that money, it's just how much they've collected? You'll be in a coma. It's not going to coma. Oh no, that would be bad. Let's not have cardiac arrest. Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to say. Chicken. What do you guys think? Should the bears spending honey decrease in their total amount of honey collected? I think it's no, that would be bad. Maybe. So like they're incentivized to not spend the honey? Because I like incentivizing the player not to spend the honey, but like, I don't know. Kind of hard decision to make there. I think that's something that doesn't need to be like thought of right now, because that can be like something that's balanced later. I think how to turn in the honey is important. How upgrades work is important. Multi-round is not super important for now. But I think these two things were like the really big questions I needed to have answered, and I think I have them answered now, or at least I have like some semblance of ideas that I think I like better. Right, like the bees can upgrade using pollen that they collect, upgrade their hive, or upgrade or upgrade themselves. I just had a really good idea for an upgrade for the hive. The walls that you have to break, stronger. So it takes like more hits for the bears to break through them. I think that's a pretty good idea. What will define who wins the match? At the start of the round, there'll be like or at the start of the game, there will be like some bar, right, that needs to be filled up with honey. And so it's going to be based off of like a few things, right? Like maybe it's like you can scale it so it's like bee favored or like bear favored. And then you have to like just fill up this bar by the time you finish the amount of rounds that you have. So maybe like if it's 5 rounds, the bar is a lot bigger. And if it's like 3 rounds, the bar is a lot smaller. Yeah, there's definitely a timer on each round. I was thinking like 10 to 15 minutes between each round, but maybe that's a little long. Unbearable. It's all right, Luke. You can keep typing. But does that make sense, Chick? Having like just like some arbitrary bar that you have to fill up? A little too long. 5 minutes each round. So I agree with that. It's just kind of hard to make it 5 minutes, right? Because you have to like start, the bears have to start at their base, drive all the way to the hive, get in the hive, get out with honey, bring it back to their car, or just run back to their base. I think that's like really hard to make it 5 minutes. Like I think doing something like that in 5 minutes is just, I don't know if it's feasible. Pharaoh's curse on your bloodline. It's Unity. Hey, Kanan, how you doing? Yeah, I've never actually used Unreal Engine. I've just always learned Unity. It's pretty all right. I like Unity. I'm doing pretty good. Enjoying my Saturday, doing a nice little stream. Did a little bit of 3D modeling. Now just talking about some like game design stuff. A new person finally. And so we kind of just like planning out like the actual like game aspect of it right now, right? So it's how do the bears turn into honey? How can you upgrade your bees? Should it be multiple rounds? Doing some like actual like game design parts of it. I've heard of Unreal Engine, but what is it? It's a game dev software, but it's actually really, really, really good for graphics. Like it has like a really, really good handling of like polys, right? It can render significantly more polys than like a Unity could ever hope to. And so people use it a lot for like really hyper realistic stuff. And then also, yeah, it's free. It's made by Epic Games, which is the people who made Fortnite. So like Fortnite is made in Unreal Engine 5. But it's used a lot in like filmmaking and like hyper realistic games, and games that have like lots of polygons that they're trying to render. A lot of people really like. Yeah, Unreal is free. It's not a 3D modeling software, right? It's a game engine. So like I think that they don't really model in Unreal. I think Unity has its like features. Like I think they're like kind of different architecture. I don't know so much because I never really used Unreal Engine 5, but some people swear by it. But like I tried to use it for a day and it was just kind of really confusing to me. Is Honey Crab gonna be free? If you're asking that, I don't think it'll be free. I think it'll be like maybe $7. I don't know. It really depends on a lot of things. Like once we get closer, it shouldn't be super expensive. Like it won't be over $10. I can guarantee that. Because I don't want like it to be priced in a way that like people have a reason not to play it, right? They used it for the hit movie, Boss Baby. Yeah, just for Luke, it'll be $50. It can be used in movies. Like ultimately, like a game engine is essentially just it's just like a way of like animating stuff and moving stuff in like a world scene, right? Like at its core. So, and it has like physics simulations, right? Kind of like how Blender has some physics simulations, but it's just a lot more efficient with how they handle their physics simulations. And so you can like set up cameras, and then they have cameras that like mimic actual like actual real life cameras. Like they have dollies and stuff like that you would actually use in the movie industry. Only if I have a plaque in the game. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and like have like a credit scene where it's like everyone who has like contributed like a hat idea or an idea that like I used is just like on like the end credit scene, because I think that's a cool thing to do. At least that's a current idea. Okay, so I think we got a lot done today. Pretty happy with it. Have a lot of ideas now. I kind of have to slowly work through, and I might also make like a short about like all of the stuff that we kind of talked about today eventually, just to get like some other people's ideas as well, because I want to make sure that it seems good before I like really fully dive in and implement all of this. Like I want to make sure that it's like a sound idea before I full send it, you know? Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I think I'm gonna wrap up here in like a few minutes. Pretty bad at streaming for long times. I get a little tired. Cyberpunk assets. I mean, yeah, I think if you're making them, right, as long as they have like good topology. No, don't do them as NFTs. Put them up on like the Unity asset store, right? Like that's like a great place to sell assets. I should tell people that I stream. Yeah, maybe I make a video about like everything I did in today's stream, everything we talked about, kind of give the ideas in a more coherent way than this, because this isn't really coherent. And then maybe I mention the stream. Yeah, and I think one thing that's also pretty important for selling them at like to game devs is having animations along with them, because I think there's a lot of game devs that don't really understand that animation side of stuff. And so like maybe that's like with a building, it has like a door swinging open animation or like stuff like that, right? I think if they look good, that's good. And also make sure that like the materials don't need like a ton of extra work. I think you might be able to in chat. I don't actually know if you can. But you guys can join the Discord. He can do it there for sure. There's a Discord. I also have not advertised it at all. I'll send the link again real quick. Let me just reopen Discord. It's downloading an update. It's still downloading the update. How does Discord always have so many updates? And why do they always take so long to download? What? Yeah, like 7 updates and it's just taking such a long time to do it. Like what's it doing? Discord updates for no reason. Can't you not use Discord? Chicken? Something with Steam? What about Steam? Okay. How do I invite people? Invite people. Here we go. Here's the Discord if you guys want to join. Yeah, it is banned there, but how do you know about Turkey? Or how do you know about it then? If it is. I don't know. Alright, guys. Thank you for the good stream. Just pleasant as always. Yeah, you can send some of them. You could do it in general, or you could do it in off topic. Either one works. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream as always. I'll do a little bit more advertising of the stream next time. I don't know. I'm not very good at doing advertising. Thank you, Luke. I hope you have a good day and you should be happy as well. Alright, guys. I'll see you around. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday.